All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live, man. so, so yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. So, I hope everybody out there is great and amazing, and that you're having a good day. I am Mr. Soul of a Man 50 to the 4, aka Demond Alvarez, your amazing spiritual consultant, helping you through all of life's journeys, and especially dealing with those things. So let's get straight into it. So today we're talking about reading the headline and not the full story. Again, so today we're talking about reading the headline and not the full story. Sometimes people have that um, they have that mentality of just reading the headline and not the full story, for subtext, so to speak. Sometimes people don't like to do their own research. How many times have people heard something about little old you and they just ran with it without knowing your background, away from maybe sometimes people don't care about that, but it's important that you care about it, because in a society where people are very, 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 um, let's say, the attention span is very, very short these days. The attention span is so short nowadays that people will miss the mark. Especially they'll miss the mark on you. They might have heard something from somebody else that somebody else said. Automatically they don't like you for whatever reason, just because of something that somebody else said, and you're sitting there like, I don't know you. I haven't done you anything. Like, seriously, you're just sitting there like, that catches you off guard or whatever. But the important thing is to look at the full story, man. Understand, that's that, what is that old saying? Um, you never truly know someone until you walk um, like a few miles in their moccasins, or put yourself in their shoes. And I know a lot of people don't want to do that. They're like, I don't have time for that. Okay, that's cool. But just saying that a lot of times that people will they'll misread you, they'll misjudge you. Um, that's how bad intentions and uh, misunderstandings happen. Like people say, it's gonna be some furniture moving in this. Like, for real, man. Like people will so misjudge you based on, sometimes they say first impressions are everything. What about a second impression? Maybe that person was just having a bad day. So you're gonna judge them off of that? You're gonna judge them off of one day in their life? That's what we're doing here. That's what's hot in the streets. It's serious, man. It's so real out here right now, and it's so surreal that people they'll read the encapsulating head, and that'll draw them in until they understand, what the full story is. And now I'm a little guilty of that. Sometimes I read the headline. Now I start reading, I'm like, I shouldn't even waste my time. Seriously, But take the time to understand the full version of yourself. Know what you're getting into, know who you are, and know where you're going. Seriously, these things are very important for you to be fine tuned. Moving, these things are very important in the now, and for you to have a greater understanding and just the sense of not necessarily everything, but also of who you are. Maybe that big break that you need is maybe that big that you've been wanting, salivating for, but you didn't give everything that you could in the moment to continue to help to propel yourself, to go to where you need to go to. Like, seriously, it's important that you use that time and some people say that nowadays common sense is not common. You know, it's it just seems around like if it's money and everything else, and I get it. It's what it is, but a lot of it is just so time consuming, man. It really is. But yeah, at least pay attention to your story, to what you're doing, into where it's taking you, and where what you're gravitating towards. What's going on, everybody out there joining again? I am Mr. Soul of a Man 504. You're a spiritual life consultant, helping you through all of life's journeys, all things spiritual and X, Y, and Z. So, but yeah, people will do that, man. They'll hear something. I remember in college, don't take this professor, that, whatever. Then, it only takes one person to say fire, and everybody starts running. Seriously, and I remember like going on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, and Bourbon Street is like, if you've never been there, Bourbon Street is like literally so narrow, and people will start running, just for no reason, and everybody, of course, monkey see, monkey do. People are gonna run with the crowd, man. Not these idiots that are doing this. They're not worried about if people are gonna get hurt. Like just like somebody who only reads the top of the headline, or somebody says something about something, that's their opinion. Maybe they're just saying it because they're a hater. Seriously, there are a lot of those. There are a lot of feel inadequate and small because of war. And all you did was walk in the room. You just walked in there, all your swag, all your everything. They feel some kind of way because they saw you, and they just read a little. They just read a little bit of the headline, and then something about you makes them feel inadequate. I had that happen. Wasn't be a little outgoing, be a little charismatic, and just and people, because they're not that, but you got to be secure and happy in who you are. And let's just be our bottom line. A lot of people just don't want to get that level. They're going to be naturally going to be who they are, and they're just going to naturally be who they are and where they are. So moving forward, these are the people that just like to read the headline and not the full story. But c'est la vie. But if you're anything like me, you got stuff to do, man. You do. You really and truly, you got things to do. You don't have time for those little people mindsets, and like somebody was saying the other day, there will be these people that either they're gonna congratulate you for for what you're doing, your success. No, there are gonna be people that are just waiting for you to fail, and they're gonna be like, man, you know what? I was gonna tell you, man, but I didn't want to seem like a hater, but low key they're a hater. You know what it is, man. I was gonna tell you not to go do that in the first place, but that was your dream. That was one of the major goals in your life. That was something that you were. That was something, that was a moment that you were so proud of, but they were in their feelings about it. And how many people are in their feelings because of they're lonely, you got somebody. You're single and happy, they're with somebody and miserable. So it's like out here, sometimes and I'm gonna win I'm gonna get mine, and I'm sure you're gonna get yours too. So, it's just like saying that you can't win for losing, like for real. you could give somebody everything in the world, and sometimes they're just not happy with that. You know, there are people who there are people who want to be in a relationship with somebody and they want them to pay for everything. There are people who are just happy to be there and give their side of it. And then there are people who, who just want something for nothing, because of their arrogance, and just because, hey, I'm cute, pay attention to me. I have no talent for anything else, but hey, at least I look good. And that's a lot of what I see out here. Just a lot of no talent people going nowhere fast. And if they didn't have that, that the thirst trap for the attention, and didn't have, like, I don't know, their platforms for whatever. And again, these people aren't talking about anything. It's just, sometimes it's just a lot of eye candy. But going back to what I was talking about, man, take some time to read the full story. Do your research. Do your research, or go. They got, yeah, YouTube, all these other things. Something that you've always been thinking about doing, man. What is that thing? What is that? Either you're doing it, continue to do it. You never know. You may just be overwhelmingly pleasantly surprised. Like, seriously, you may be overwhelmingly pleasantly surprised. And what is not the what could happen, what is naturally what is naturally going to happen. It always starts with an idea. You have people out there that'll take your ideas and will turn it into $1 billion business. And they have the same resources you have. Maybe they have more know-how. Maybe they're more of a maybe they're naturally more of a go-getter. Maybe they're better at talking to people, pitching ideas. These are, maybe sometimes people have these things. Maybe they have a look that you don't have. That's what that is. You can't, I'm not mad at genetics. People who are taller than me that can do this or do that. Athletes and people in entertainment, we look at these people and we, a lot of times we're like, wow, look at them, man. I wish that was my life, not knowing what they had to go through behind the scenes to get to where they are naturally. But anyway, to come back around full circle, what I'm saying is reading the headlines can be detrimental sometimes, and just pay attention to the full story. That's it, naturally, in the sense of it. All of the back talking, all of the he said, she said, all of the stuff that, that's not my problem. I always say, if I say something, I'll put it out there and I'll let people argue about it in the comments. Plain and simple. And for those of you watching me on TikTok, please subscribe to the channel. But yeah, so I'll say it, but I'll just let people argue about it in the comments. And I know we're living in very sensitive times these days where you can't really say anything about anything. You go outside and say it's a nice sunny day, and just because you didn't say anything about last night and how the moon looked, they're going to cancel you. I know that's funny. I know that's funny, but this is the bizarre times we're living in, man. And whatever this is right now, I hope it ends soon. Like, I really and true, whatever like these times that we're living in, I hope this era gets these sensitive, just show up. We're gonna give you a first place trophy. Times that we're living in right now, what is this? Oh, Nah, we're not gonna do that. Not today. But yeah, these sensitive times that we are living in, I really, truly hope, not hope. I know that I we gotta get past this, man. Gotta get past this because we have better things to do as a world, as a country, as a staff, as a label, and as a mother freaking, you know what I'm saying, and as a mother freaking unit, for real. Because it's like, especially if you're a dude, Lord, you can't have. I was working this job, and yeah, I could barely tell a woman good morning or look at her in the eyes, or it's that my cousin actually, man, how could you work in an office in the times that we're living in? I was like, I mean, I needed the money. I mean, what more? What more can you naturally say, man? Like it is just with this. It is just it. Some of the times that we're living in now, it is awful. Trying to, I'm trying to keep it clean. It's fucking awful. You just want to scream. You just want to, when you go through that thing and you just really, I don't know, you're in a relationship with somebody, whatever that thing is, and you just want it to be over. You're just like, man, I can't take it anymore. I get out of here. It's got to be, yeah, I watch all these TV shows, or people jumping into different realities, and I'm like, man, and if I had a watch where I could go to the perfect reality for me, think I take that option. I really would. Or man, it is just so, unimaginably wild out here. How where society is, and it looked like for a while it was on the upswing. It really did, and then something happened. But I always say through chaos brings so much opportunity, man. I'm going to say this again. Through chaos, it brings so much opportunity. So for the look, even though things look whatever, and people have gotten through it before, wars and rumors of wars and all of that stuff. But people have gotten through it, and they've made a killing out here. So, and a lot of things can be. I don't know, my voice is. And everything seems to be, and a lot of stuff can be monetized these days. So, if you feel like you have a gift, man, you listen, you better go put it out there now. Before, I can't tell you how many times I had an idea for something and I'm watching TV and I'm like, this fool stole my idea. Like, seriously. So, man, so take it, if you have an idea in your mind, write it down. Or, we all have smartphones now, write it down on your phone. But I know I got way off the topic and went on my rant. My bad, y'all. Seriously. Like, I just went on a whole rant. But we were talking about reading the headlines and not paying attention to your full story. So, don't, what did the dude on the Wolf of Wall Street say? Don't, he said, don't judge me. He said, don't judge me by my losses, uh, judge me by my, he said, wait, don't judge me by my wins. He said, judge me by my losses because I have so little. So don't get hung up on what didn't and what could have, happened, whatever, and your life or during that time. You gotta continue to move, man. You gotta continue to press forward. You really and truly do. You have a rare commodity that people need and it's whatever it is that you're building or that you're working on. You're that driving. You're the fuel for it. You're the driving force. So you have to look at yourself as a look at yourself as a rare commodity. Seriously, because that's naturally who you are. You gotta give yourself some grace sometimes, man. You gotta give yourself some grace. You know, whatever that marriage that you thought, whatever, that person did this or did that, you had the strength to walk away, but you're not what your uh, I don't know, but thank goodness that uh you're not what you're whatever you've been through. You don't look like that. That's what I'm trying to say. Seriously, because man, believe right. You ever see those car accidents where those cars are just crushed and people just like walk away with the this or that, and they're still alive to tell the story, and you're like, man, somebody out there was looking out for them. And a lot of times in the things that I've been through, I'm glad that some that some being was out there looking out for me. So yeah, man. Woo, woo, that was a mouthful. But yeah, folks, again, I am Mr. Sullivan. I am Mr. Sullivan, your spiritual life consultant. I'll be back on here a little later on. Well, on TikTok anyway. I'll be back in about 2 hours. Do some spiritual consulting for the people. But yeah. But all right, y'all. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to book your spiritual consultations with yours truly. If you're on TikTok, you can go up in my bio, hit my link tree, and it'll have all the information. Same thing if you're watching on Facebook or whatever, wherever you're watching, just go down and just go into the comments and, or just inbox me and we'll talk. All right, folks, don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. But as always, folks, I'm Mr. Soul of 504. Desire is. I'm out. Peace.